I joined a television themed program, so most of the people I was with were from television backgrounds. We left Pittsburgh and we were told we were going to visit Falling Water, which was a house designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, and none of us had ever seen a house designed by him, so we expected, I guess, a rather imposing house, as one does when you're taken off to see country houses. And here was a house hidden. We almost, it was just at one with its surroundings. It was in the middle, deep in a forest, it seemed, but with great boulders and great rocks and this amazing waterfall. And there, sitting at one with its surroundings, was Falling Water, the most extraordinary piece of architecture. If I could go into a logged area and bring out the tree stumps, maybe that absence of space, maybe people could just imagine that this absence of trunk is a metaphor really for the absence of the world's lungs. It arrived with the police escort into Trafalgar Square, and the moment that massive huge denier was lowered majestically down onto its plinth from that crane, my shoulders dropped about a foot, I think. It was just, it had been such a gargantuan exercise in logistics. In Trafalgar Square, I think people just were so, it was just such a shock to see these trees in the middle of a city. And that juxtaposition of, with Nelson's column, and of course with Nelson's column I wanted people to really appreciate the height of Nelson's column and how some of these trees actually grow higher than Nelson's column. A lot of people found that very difficult to believe, and the idea that these trees are being deforested at such a rate. And they will come down here in July and be hosted by Oxford University here, in this wonderful spot, which is the front lawn of the Natural History Museum, and below is the Pitt Rivers Museum. And the Natural History Museum is actually celebrating its 150th birthday this year. And by coincidence, it's also the UN International Year of Biodiversity, and next year is the UN International Year of Forests. So it's all very appropriate for the trees to be here, and they'll be here from July for a year. I was trying to visually express the impacts of deforestation on our climate, on our biodiversity, on the indigenous peoples who live in the forests. But different people get different things from this ghost forest when they see the trees. If you see them on television, the problems about rainforests on television or any of these nature programs, they're fantastic, but there is a barrier. The screen is a barrier. And here, there is a real engagement, I think.